everyone, you're watching Jan FX, and today I'm gonna make another video, technical analysis for major pairs. I also will try to make an analysis of the gold because many of you are asked, and for a new trading week which will start on 17th July 2016. So, and a warning as usual before the video starts that Forex is a risky business. You can make money, you can also lose even more than you invested. So before you decide to do any trades, you need to have a professional financial advice, and you decide for yourself if you want to trade or not. Everything you see in this video is for informational purposes, and I only share with you all my thoughts and what I think about, and I'm not responsible for any profits or losses you can make if you will follow my videos. So it's all up to you. All risks, everything, you have to decide it all by yourself. So if you agree, we can continue. If you disagree, please change the channel. So, okay, that was the warning. And let's start with euro dollar as usual, guys. You remember at the beginning of any trading week, you really need to go and check economical calendar. I'm not going to do it today because I already showed many times. You know how to do it. Just check for any pair you're going to choose. Check any news, important, medium importance, high importance, and also, of course, listen for other news, what's happening in the country. The currency which you are going to trade. So because I have another I'm going to tell you, going to make a technical analysis of the gold, so I'm not going to spend time on go look through the calendar, especially you already saw it so many times. So okay, let's look at euro dollar as usual, what happened previous week. And right now you can see it's the 4-hour chart. I'm showing you on the bigger chart because it's a better picture. You can see a main picture what is happening with the pair. So as I was making the previous week technical analysis, and remember I was telling you that I didn't want to draw any other levels around it because I saw and thought that it will be a bit messy, unpredictable where it's going to go, and because we had a big drop which was a momentum, let's say, on the news event on the Brexit, and then it tried to recover, and what was the hope that it might continue going down, but as the previous week it was it doesn't want to give up, and it was trying to not go down. As you can see, it dropped a little bit, and again this week trading it was actually going up. It created a little bit of again uptrend, but it's all around the one of the main price levels you can see. And I mean, you could do, I didn't trade that pair because I was actually saying that I don't want to trade it because I don't feel comfortable. I didn't see any channels, I didn't see any patterns which would make me feel that I do want to place a trade, so I didn't trade it. So I mean, that was possible to draw a level like this, like a little uptrend channel, and try to catch that movement. But to me, I thought I wouldn't risk it because it's all around this area, and to me, that euro dollar is still can't pick a direction. So it's right now it's just in the middle of nowhere. That's what I would say. So now I'm going on 1-hour chart where you actually can see the whole week. What was happening, and that's what you see. That's where we were at the beginning. So that was the end, and it started Monday. You can see it went up a little bit. It touched the level, and it went down, went up again, moved around. It went up a little bit, and on Friday it dropped again. So that's why, as I'm saying, it would have been possible to take a bit of this part and try to catch this movement, but to me it was also Friday, so I just thought I will not do anything about it. And so the actually euro did move as I thought it would. You see, it can't pick the direction at this moment. It still sits in our downtrend, the main, it says daily now, the downtrend channel, the big one, the blue, dark blue levels. We still have the other one with the up, so it didn't go out there. You can see that this little top is high and this is low, so it goes at this moment it kind of goes down, but it still can't really show a real movement to me, like no confirmation for if it's actually picking up the direction. So yes, I can say it's kind of trying to go down, but it's still also trying to sit around this level and doesn't want to give up. So these big levels sustain as they are. The only one thing I think it might be a time to draw another level is remember the previous, when I made the first video about these levels, I told you that this is the one of the indication of to see what's going to happen around here, and it's quite doing the same what was happening there. You can see 97, sometimes 96, 97, 98. So it kind of looks like it does. As I saw it earlier, even in like a couple of years, I think I was making a video and I was saying to you, it looks like it might be a situation like it was previously here, and this is what it is. So at that point, I can see that it's kind of created, like you see the double bottom here, and I also created double bottom in here, and then it actually broke up a bit and then turned down. So it might try to do the same on this. It's getting closer, as you can see. As I'm saying, we have that period and that period. Now we have also one period kind of repeated the previous, and we have this period which could repeat the same, or possibly it might just continue going down, and who knows, it might even drop to, might repeat the same movement as it did back into, you see, 98, 2000. Well, we will see, but that's what I'm just only telling you what I see on the chart. That's all. That's my opinion. Just based on the previous, you see, it didn't lie. Let's say that before it did exactly the same in that period. As you look, did mostly the same now, doing about the same thing. So possibly. Well, with everything what's happening in the world, you have to listen to the news. You know the situation in Europe and of course in America. So need to follow the news and see what could happen. So possibly it can go, but before we have that level which could be resistant, which could be support, which support turns into resistance. So it can stay, maybe it can stop here again, and who knows? But the picture looks. Quite possibility of doing similar thing to what previously happened. So that's why I have this level here, because it's not even that far away. It's probably about, you can see it's about 469 pips away from the bottom level. So I mean, it's still quite a bit, and but I think it's already time to draw that level, because it might go down. Let's see again a little bit closer. So at this moment, as I'm saying, I probably ain't going to trade euro dollar again, just to be safe, unless I'll see a nice little channel of patterns, you know, just repeating you the same. What I can do is we can draw something like here, because we have a few stopping points around this level, so it could be one of the support levels. It could be quite strong, and see that euro dollar can break that and continue the downtrend again, or it might stay around here and we'll be trying to recover and go, but we have quite strong two levels to break if it will try to go up. So of course check out the news and see what's going to happen. And just of course in the smaller charts it's still possible to make some trades, but as I'm saying, like for me, I didn't see anything good, and even with that little uptrend it was possible to try to catch this movement, but I just didn't want to risk it. That's it. That was my opinion. Didn't want to risk it too much. So I think at this moment I'm just going to leave it again as it is, just to see if it's actually would eventually try to break that level. Now remember, that level come out is on the daily one, you can see better, is from the previous. We were here before. That was one of the stops when the market reversed, and you can see it was messing around here before too. That's why I'm leaving that level, as now it does the same. It's kind of around this price. So, but also I'm using that one based on this few days, as it's stopped few times. As you can see, it stopped once, a little bit, didn't get to it too much, but it stopped here, tried to break it but didn't, and done again, and the market closed around the area again. As you can see, it's closed, stopped in here, so it didn't break, it stopped. So but we'll see what's going to happen Monday. Maybe it will create something, and maybe it will be possible, but as I'm saying, for me, I would only go here if it would be something really good to see and a little bit more confident that I do want to go on a trade or not. But I can see what's the distance here is around, it's only about 70 pips. So I'm not going to draw that level because it's kind of useless. I mean, you can see anyway that this top is higher than the previous, so it's still kind of showing us that yes, it's kind of in the downtrend, but it's stopping, the bottoms are stopping all at about this price. So that means, as I'm saying, it does look like that euro doesn't want to give up. It still doesn't want to go down as much, but it's like what, already the second week. Yeah, so we had like 1 week. It tried to recover, it tried to get to this, but didn't, and come back, but didn't drop. So it didn't continue the same drop in what will happen here after breaking that. You see that down, it didn't continue. So I'm saying it doesn't know where it wants to go. So that's uncertainty. So that's what for euro dollar. I'm going to leave it as this. Now we're going to pound dollar. And as you remember, let's go again. Let's go for 1 hour chart so you can see what's actually happened. This is what was last week and the previous week before this week happened. And just as I expected, remember I said to you that possibly we had the lowest for a pound because the history shows us that's the lowest that was. So it gave us that support level. And then it started a little recovery. I suggested that possibly it could be that pound might recover, and I also had that level, and you can see on Monday it did try to break, but as I'm saying, Monday is usually watching day just to see what's happening after opening of the market, and then it's all slowed down here, and that could have been a possible trade. As you can see, it could have been a possible trade, but as I said, also, I didn't do it because I didn't trade pound, because it's also is uncertainty. I mean, of course, anyone decide for themselves, but it did quite what was predicted. And also with the news, with the new prime minister, of course, it helped the pound to go up this week. But the new week starting, there will be quite a lot of news. But if pound is still uncertainty, of course, with the all the coming out from the EU, what the conditions will be is still unknown. That's why it might move unpredictably. Let's say again, it could be unpredictable. As you can see in here, it's I think it was very unpredictable for what it did. I mean, it's still slowed down at one of the levels I had previously, but if we'll take that little channel, as I was saying, it looks like a little uptrend channel. If you were in a trade, if you would have trading, you could have continued the levels, and you can see it's actually did stop a little bit. That level stopped that one, but the top one was quite broken. This is where it broke it, went up, went down, went up again, was stopped by that level, come back. So it looks like it kind of uses this channel and uses also the main ones. Let's just have a better look on the bigger channels where they come from, these levels. There you can see that's main levels. This is the big downtrend channel. And if we go on the monthly one, the pound is in a bigger picture. It's all downtrend. You can see on the monthly chart it's downtrend. On the weekly chart it's also downtrend, and we going on the smaller charts where it shows that it has a recovery. It's like recovering a bit uptrend. So after that big drop, so it dropped again, and then we have these levels. And just see again where we have these levels from. So it's from you know, that one from the previous week, the minimum we have, and that one is based on the tops before. So in that way, it's stopped. For this week, it stopped. So around this area, that's what we had. So I think I'm going to leave this again as it is. I mean, I can try to, you see, it's, you can't really do this because it's not really, I think I'm just going to remove that. We don't need this one either, and just see a bit better picture. So as you can see, the pound is, went inside that channel, the downtrend channel, and of course depends on what the news are going to be. It might continue going up, and see if it will break that level or not, because it tried before. You can see after that big drop, it went up, it stopped down, and then again it stopped about the same as I'm saying. But you can move it a little bit to see plus minuses. It could be, but just leave it as it is for now, and see if it might go up or it continue down. So it's all at this moment is kind of quite uncertain, and what's going to happen. So before everything what's going on. So I can try to try to see if possibly it is a uptrend. So we can try to draw a new little uptrend channel, which is we can take, because that's our previous bottom. We can take it from here, and that way, or a little bit, maybe a little bit higher. See, can probably would leave it here, because right now it's there, and as I'm saying, because it's quite unstable, it might break, it might would stop around this level, might break a little bit, go down, might come back again, or go down. We'll see what's going to happen, because as I'm saying, it's very unpredictable what's going to do. But at that point, it stays like this. I mean, again, the possibility could have tried to the downtrend, like catch it, for example, could draw something like this, and when it went to that level, to see if it will break it, then like it will go up. If it will break that level, going down. So you could have catched this level. But as I'm saying, it's kind of, because it's uncertainty in the market with euro and pound match, and I mean, it could have catch about 250 pips, so it's quite good move. So as I'm saying, it's quite volatile at this moment, makes quite big moves. So it's at one point it's quite risky, at the other point it could be a good profits could have been made. So I mean, at this moment, what can happen? For example, if it will break that, it's about 90 pips. But again, it's going to be opening, so it would be Monday, Sunday, Monday opening. Depends where you are in the world. It opens on Sunday Eastern time, US, and so it could be, maybe it will open a bit high, maybe it will be gaps or anything. I mean, the previous week there were no gaps. It was quite smooth actually opening. So, well, that's all for now. I mean, of course, it could be possible if you'll try to go up to draw something like this. Well, of course, as I'm saying, need to see how it will open, how the market will open, what the movements is going to make. So it's possible to see if like something like this to draw, and to try to catch when it's going up again, or if it will break that level, to try to catch the movement. And just remember about this, that it could be a support level where it could stop and then turn around, or it might break and continue. But as I'm saying, for me, I think I'm not going to touch it unless, as I'm saying, it will be a pattern, it would be nice horizontal channel. So at this moment, this is what I'm going to leave it as it is, and let's see what happens. If it's going to, you see, it's creating like one top, another top, and might create a third top, try to get in, but at the same time, it might just continue going down. So it will be quite a lot of news next week for pound. So check out the economic calendar and financial calendar, and make the notes. Which day it's going to be. So need to be careful with. Okay, Australian dollar. So what happened in here? I also didn't touch it. So this is for, let's go on a daily chart so we can see. Right, okay. So the previous week, so it's in uptrend, and I had that level. And the previous week, remember I was saying it might possibly create a head and shoulders, but it didn't. So shoulder broke, so I said it probably would create then a third top, because it does quite often on the market. It creates three tops, like 1, 2, and 3 before it has a good movement. It could be either up or down. So in this situation, it's going up. So third top and possibility of the good drop. So, and that's exactly what it did this week. It continued the up, creating the third top. It didn't reach, you can see it did actually go higher than the previous one, but again, it's the wings. And it's better when it's smaller wings and the body of the channel, of course. This is quite a big wing again. So it did go higher than the previous one, and possibility it might turn around now, or might would continue and try to create it a little bit higher. So it depends. For example, you can see the previous, we have like one top, the second, and the third top is quite high. So it could possibly to create and go a little bit higher, or maybe it's already finished creating it. That's why I didn't do any trades, because again, for me, that's the week looked like. So this is what happened on Mondays. You remember this is where we left it. So it went up and moved on Tuesday and broke that level, so it wasn't a stopping point, and continued, and I just didn't see any possibilities for me to go in any trades. No horizontal channels, no patterns for me, so I didn't want to go into any risks. I mean, again, it's created a little uptrend channel inside the main uptrend channel. So here you can see it's quite good and strong level, the support level, let's say, or the trend, a little uptrend inside our main uptrend. So, and it's broke it, and now it started to move down. As you can see, it's from here, it made about 50 pips. You could have draw it, like you see. From the previous week, couldn't do anything because it was not much of the confirmation. That was the previous week, but that week gave a little bit more bottoms, so you could have draw something in here to try to you would be like, for example, like this, you could have tried to catch that movement. So as I'm saying, possibly it's finished its moving up, so it didn't reach exactly the level, didn't go any higher, and possibly it's starting to go down. So, but as you can see, on Friday, it's actually the big red candle stopped at that little level, and also the green one, and the next one started to break it. So again, need to see what's going to happen here on Monday. I mean, it might continue going down, might slow down and turn around, but you can see it did actually stop a little bit here. So I guess if it will not break it, it will continue going up, creating a bit higher top. But if it will break it, so it go down, and we have the first stopping point is here, because remember we had that little top where I thought it might be a little shoulder. So it could possibly, wherever it will open, maybe here, just let's say it will open. So it's about 70 pips, so it's possible to do something. But as I'm saying, Monday is usually a watching day for me, and it could be gaps, or so it's quite hard to catch the movement. So it depends again what's going to be on Monday. Could be then it would be more visibility if possibility to go for trades on Tuesday would be a bit more safer, let's say. So I think I'll just leave it as it is right now. So we will see what's this movement. Will it progress? Will it try to break the level? Will it continue going down, or it will not break that level and will continue create the third top? So I'll just see what's going to happen, and again, looking for any good chart patterns or channels. So the only trade I did was dollar yen. That was one of my trades to catch in that movement, and I'm gonna show you again. Let's see what happened. remember last week I didn't want to put any levels around here because it come out from our main downtrend channel, and I was saying that possibly it will try to go back inside, and that's exactly what happened. The dollar yen did went inside our downtrend channel, and that's what I was saying. That's what it's trying to do, because there is nothing I could see and draw, and that was like the main priority. It will try to go back, and so now it is inside, and of course for this new week it could be possible to move and a little bit adjust, because of that movement. It's uncertain, of course, if it will continue and go up trying to reach that level and then turn around, or might try to break it again, creating some consolidations, patterns or anything. Or maybe that was enough, because as you can see, we can again, you see, we can still try to draw, because we have we can catch this little, like all those candles, and it could be a little bit that might be it's finished the up, that the candle finished its uptrend and it will turn around. And but I think I'm going to leave it as it is, because this is more looking a bit better, because it more touches, it a little bit touches, well, it doesn't touch exactly, but it's very close to that top and around this and this top. So it's possible that maybe it will continue still trying to get, or maybe a little bit lower it would stop. So again, see what the kind of news is going to be for the next week. But as I was saying, that it's possible that it might, because it looks like we had some uncertainty here before, previously. Again, as I'm saying, everything I see is what happened previously, and that's what give me an indication, or give me some ideas what can happen with the market right now. And as you can see, that it could be possible, I mean, I don't know, it might go up or might be stopping a little bit, because you can see here it didn't also reach market didn't reach that level. I mean, here previously touched, then it come out a bit, and here didn't, and then come out too. So it also could have been go a little bit higher, a little bit lower, and the same could be here, a little bit higher, a little bit lower. So, and it might create this uncertainty around here too, because again, there will be some news for yen. Also remember about that, and of course news for dollar. All what's happening. Need to. That's why I think it makes an uncertainty at this point. But it still went inside that channel, so it's got in. At least we do know that it did get in. And so on Monday it moved up, as you can see. That's what it did. That was the previously. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to draw anything, because it just sits here, and the thought was it probably will try to go back in, and unfortunately it jumped in straight away. It didn't create any of something like this, like beautiful consolidation. It was nothing like that. It just jumped in and continued going up and up, and then was slowed down here, and that's where I went into the trade. So it created a triangle. You see, it's that nice beautiful little pattern, and of course the one of the thoughts was, okay, it went up, created consolidated, created a pattern, so hopefully it will continue the movement up again, or maybe it will drop. It didn't have enough strength, but I thought, well, it's either way, it looks like it's quite good opportunity. So I made my little trade on this movement. It was quite good movement, of course, before it turned around. This is where I come out around this area. So but will it continue going up here? At this moment it's quite hard to say. I don't need these levels right now, but I mean, what we can do again is to try to see, and can try to draw something like this, but I need to see how the market would open again on Sunday, and possibly it's quite sharp. I mean, it's quite sharp movement up. So you see, it doesn't touch anything. I mean, it's a bit too much. And here it's, if I would do it here, you can see it's already broke it. So by the look of it, it touched here, it touched a little bit here. If I get it closer, this is quite sharp. I don't really like it as much. I do like it more, a little bit lower, for example, more like this way. That would be a bit more accurate, so create. But this is very sharp up, so it's quite hard. That's why I'm not going to do it and just see what's going to happen next, because I already had the movement here, already had a trade, so now just we'll wait and see where it will go and decide if I want to go for any trades, because at this moment there is nothing is created, and to have a risk and try to draw that is, I mean, it could, let's see on that one again. Is it possible? It's, you see, it's already started to go. It's already started the movement, and quite, as I'm saying, it's a little bit sharpy, so I don't know if it will continue going down or maybe it will turn around. So I think I'll just leave it for now, because even if that already happened, it's broke. It's already is moving. So if it did, then it will continue going down. Well, maybe I'll leave it. 30 minutes chart is a better view. So if possible, but need to see. So if it's possible, it's already broke it, or maybe it didn't. No, I think I'll just remove it, because at this moment just need to see what's going to happen on Monday. How slow it's going to be, or how might jump anywhere. So it will give a little bit of understanding what is happening. If it had enough, if it will not go and try to reach that level. That's the only main thing to think of. Does it try to get to this level, or it's not? So because we have like right bottom here, as I'm saying, it's quite hard in right now, is because it might go like this, you know, it might come out a little bit, okay, try to broke it, but might come back and continue it. But at the same time, it looks like it did actually broke it and went going down. Because I'm saying it's quite sharp jump, let's say, quite sharp uptrend. Look, it did move a lot. It's like 540 pips. So as I'm saying, it's a little bit too sharp for trying to draw that level and catch the downtrend. So that's why I'm not. If you look at, as I'm saying, it's the example I'm trying to say, you can see how it's sharp. It's like mostly straight line compared to, like, for example, this one. You see how this is a bit smoother, right? This is more smooth. That's what I'm saying. I'm looking for something like this usually. That is a little bit too sharpy. That's what I'm saying. That might be a stopping point because of that sharp. It might just shoot up again, or maybe it's turned around. So that's why I'm going to leave dollar yen as it is, just like that, and see what's going to happen on Monday, possibly Tuesday, or looking for just any opportunities. As you see, for dollar yen, like Monday and Tuesday, was nothing until I created that pattern, and then it happened. So you see, it could be any time in the week. Okay, so let's go to dollar Canadian. Let's see what happened there. As I'm saying again, dollar Canadian I didn't touch, but it sits in all the levels which were drawn previously. As you can see, it's actually that little downtrend channel. It sits in downtrend channel, and that other support level is supporting the bottom, and possibly it might sit around it, and then of course we'll be trying to break either side. So, and what do we have on the smaller? So the all week, you see that's how it opened, and of course you could have a good trade here. Maybe some of you did, but I didn't want to risk it. I didn't go for that trade. Actually, you see it's created quite nice little channel, and around the one of the levels, and this is what I'm telling you, this is what you look for, and it was a quite good indication, but I decided not to trade, and it could have been a very good trade, 100 pips down, but as I'm saying, might not catch the whole, but good, still good movement before it turned around, so it could come out around here somewhere. So missed an opportunity, good one. And as you can see, it's broke the level. I mean, it did broke a little bit, created the channel, but as you know, it's usually because it was moving from there, so that would have been a resistance level, and of course this is where it would have been the stopping level. So this is where the market stopped. It broke a little bit, it created the channel. From that channel, you see, this is where it went down, and it's actually continued all the way to another important price level. So if you also look on a bigger chart, then you could recognize again the pattern I was telling you quite often before. You can see here head and shoulders. I didn't make any videos before about this pattern, but I think probably many of you would know already because I've been mentioning it quite often. It's creating quite often recently on many pairs, and you can see the head and shoulders again. So when it moved up there and started to drop and then it's come back, so this is where you could notice that it's created last week, that week. So you see it's created like that shoulder previous week and created that head. This was our stopping point, and come back and created another shoulder. You can see this is the shoulders, about the same, and this is the neck. It broke a little bit, it come back, but the shoulder stopped it, the second one. And that's what giving us if you would have been in a trade, for example, for this, and would decide to risk and go for a longer, see if it will go to that, then the head and shoulders pattern would give you a little bit more indications that it would probably have about the same distance. You see, from the shoulder down, from that shoulder down, about the same distance. So it's, as I'm saying, could be a little bit higher, a little bit lower, but it did go about the same distance as it did previously. So for dollar Canadian could have been quite a good trade taken. So as you can see, that's why I'm saying look for the bigger charts, because on the smaller one you can't see. On the smaller ones, usually go and see when you see your channels patterns. So this is where you draw and trying to place the trades. But on the bigger ones, you can see a better picture to see actually if the market goes the direction you want to go, and you know where you want to come out roughly. You know, if you, for example, don't use the trailing stop, which usually would take you not at a good point, but like the pattern you see now, it's actually had a bit of confirmation, which also is not always 100% guarantee. You have to bear it in mind, but it helps you a little bit, gives you an opportunity and hope that it might do the same what it did before. So that was a very good indication. And so right now there is nothing I can draw anymore, because you can see it stopped again in here after it's already created head and shoulders. After it's moved, it's stopped here, and obviously what I can think of, it will be trying to sit around all of these levels, and of course will be trying to break at one point. You can see how it goes smoothly, right? Exactly how it's predicted around all the levels. So this stays, all the levels are going to stay, and will it be trades or not? So we'll see again if there will be any patterns for the next week. Let's see where it's going. And again, to try to draw this, even if it started to break and might continue going up, possibly, but the movement has already happened, so it's already broke it. So that little downtrend channel, that one, you see that movement. If you could draw something like this, so you can see that movement has already happened. So possibly it will continue and either stop here again. You see something for that, waiting for that, or maybe it will turn around again, or maybe it will break and go up. So hopefully it will create again some patterns around, and we can see and think what could be done next. Okay, this is all for dollar Canadian, all my thoughts. Now we're going for euro pound, and also I didn't touch it. It's actually created that, well, it's kind of triangle, but I didn't want to go for it because, as I'm saying, with triangles, I like more when it creates 3 tops, 3 bottoms. And here it was a little bit messy, I would say, because that was a quite high wing. I mean, I counted like 1 bottom, that was like 1 top, but also that bottom didn't reach the bottom line, so that would be also, so that 1 bottom, 1 top. Then I had second bottom, second top, and then that was a little bit well, kind of quite messy around here, and Monday it tried to break it. So I was thinking maybe, okay, that would be another top, but this wouldn't count as a top then, and so that's why I thought it's a little bit messy, so that's why I didn't go for any trades in that one. But it did actually also worked quite well, and as a breaking point could have been traded. But as I'm saying, everybody decide for themselves if they want to take risks or not. I preferred not to take a risk, but actually, if I would, could have, you see, it's like 100 pips, so could have made few pips on this one, could have made. But you can see the movement started for Euro Pound. The movement, the breaking point started in the Asian session. That's why I didn't go for it. So for me it was a little bit too late. It was already going down there. So I could have placed the trades and leave them for the Asian session to break, but for Euro Pound, as I'm saying, well, it's usually is European session is the main big movements, and well, I didn't expect it moving. Well, I mean, you can always expect anything, but as I'm saying, just decided not to go for it. I don't know, missed a good trade. So, and as you can see, what happened is it's in a big, well, okay, let's see. The big channel is a downtrend, that dark blue ones, and we saw creation of that little uptrend, which actually broke the downtrend channel. And as I'm saying, that would be our next target, like another could be a resistant level. And so it did broke. It tried to break here. You can see that uptrend channel, and but it didn't. It created that red candle and come back into that. You can see. So it did at one point broke it, but then come back. So what could be a thought is that maybe it's the starting of the correction, a downtrend for Euro Pound. So what I would, for example, do here, we don't need these levels anymore because it's already done. And so possibly maybe to try to draw a downtrend channel. You can see here it is. So with that one again, because we have that little wing here, what could be, it could be done something like that. It also touches quite a lot of candles at the top, and touches the bottom here and bottom there. So kind of a little bit tricky, this one. But I think I'll leave it like this, because as I'm saying, the stronger the ones which touches the bodies of the candles. So I prefer more that way. The same here, it touches more here, but now it doesn't touch these two tops. But it's alright, I'm just going to leave it as it is, just like that. And we'll see, because here it's come back into that channel, and now that uptrend channel, right? But now it's going down, so it has quite few on the way, so it has another quite level, so it might go down, might stop around here, might try to come back, or might continue, and well, as you know, not going to go like this all the time. It might come out a little bit and come back in again. And so if we will go look again, it's quite long ways, about 300 pips to the main one to come back, or if it might go something like this, about 200 pips. I'm drawing it like this, but you can see it's also quite sharp movement. It's very sharp, so that's why it could be it started a little bit, and would it be smooth movement, or might also try to break it like this. So, but at that moment we can see that it could be possibly a downtrend started. So as I'm saying, with this one we can see how that one will go. For example, if it will continue down, then we can move a little bit that level and take these two tops, even maybe trying to put this third one. Why we need to do this? It's important because we do have, if it's going down, so it's important to see where it's gonna stop, because you see, when I'm moving it down a little bit, it means that market might go a little bit down. If not, then it could be stopping around here, so it's could be either way. But if we're moving it that way, as you can see, it's actually crosses with one of the main bigger channels, so possibly could be maybe it will move and might get to this area where it would try to maybe go down. So as I'm saying, but it could be always plus minus a little bit closer, a little bit further. And so that's what I'm saying. If it's created that top and will continue down, so we can move a little bit. If it didn't, maybe we'll try to come back again, so we can move it this way. So that's what that's how I'm leaving it like this for now. I would leave it like as it is. But as I'm saying, just see where it will go. If it will go down again, we're moving that one using these stops. If it's continue going up a bit, then we would just leave it as this, because then it would be breaking that level, and then that could be a stopping point. So could be a resistance. So that's how I would stay with euro pound, leave it as this. And again, inside, while it's moving like that, again, that little kind of movement in here, you see, it can also try to draw it, but again, it's closed, tried to break it, but again, it's a Friday, so now need to see what's going to happen, if it's continue going down or continue up, so we can move that level and see what's going to happen, how it's going to move, you know, because then you can move it a little bit. Depends if it's already started going down, or is it maybe it was a stopping point, it might will continue go up. So that's what it can show. It can show us. You can see maybe it's a stopping point, or maybe it's already broke. All depends now how it's opened on Monday. So that's how I'm going to leave it for euro pound. And now I'm going to gold, dollar gold. So as I'm saying, I have already lines here. I don't trade gold and dollar, and just had some requests quite often. You asking me if I do trade gold, can I do some analysis for gold, or any recommendations? I'm saying I'm not giving any recommendations for anything. I'm just saying to you my opinion, what I think, and this is how I trade. Gold and dollar, I'll just be saying gold, that's it. So gold, I tried to trade on demo when I was taking part in Thailand's trading competition, and I was really surprised. If you watched my video, that I actually made quite good profit with gold, but as I'm saying, it was demo account. I have no idea how it behave on real account, because you know, demo account, real account is different, and the spread is wide on gold, and I don't know how wide it can be, what the slipperage can be, and also if you would look at the decimals, it's all different to the currencies. That's why I can try to do some analysis, which I'm going to do today, but I'm saying I don't know, I'm not sure if it will work or not, because when I was trading it in a competition, I was quite surprised that the gold was moving quite well inside the levels. It did follow the technical analysis rules. I was really surprised. I think I even said it in the video. But I don't trade gold. Why? Because it's very volatile and it's not a currency. It has its own rules. There are some rules. For example, it opens like 1 hour later than the whole market. You know, the Forex market, the currency market opens, and the gold opens later 1 hour. Then every day it closes from 9 till 10 of chart time of GMT UTC. So it doesn't trade for 1 hour. Then it doesn't have a swap. So that's what you need to remember and bear in mind. So, and it makes huge moves. It makes very big moves, and I think for small accounts it could be a little bit risky. I don't know, but that's what I'm saying. Let's have a look at it, because I mean, on the demo account, when I was trying it and I started to look at it, I thought it did work well. But if you have any suggestions, and who you trade real on the real account gold, would be really nice if you would make some comments and say what's your opinion and what do you think. So as I'm saying, on the demo account, I was trading it with all my strategies again. I was using technical analysis and it worked well on the trend movements, trend channels. I think it was also creating patterns. I'm not sure if it was creating nicely horizontal channels, but I think it did some patterns quite well. And so okay, let's start it. Let's try it. Let's see how it goes this week. And again, as I'm not sure what I've also noticed that, of course, it moves quite well on American news. It makes very good movements, but as I'm saying, I don't know how wide the spread could be when you trade it for real, on a real account. I'm only trying still to trade it and play with it on a demo account, not on a real one. So that's why I'm not sure if the strategies would work well on a real account in reality. So that's what my thoughts about gold dollar. But as I'm saying, if some of you does trade, it would be nice to hear your opinion. What would you say? I mean, I know lots of people trading it and successfully, and that's why it would be interesting to know what do you think and if it works for you. So what other also news maybe moving it. So this is the monthly chart. As I'm saying, usually when you start right from the beginning, of course, you need to look at the monthly. And we have the data here from 2011 till now. And so the main pictures you can see, it's quite flat. It's a drop and it's going down. Except right now it has an uptrend. So that's how I draw my levels already. And let's go on the weekly chart where it's going to be a little bit better view. So you can see this is main downtrend channel, and which also had the little one inside it. And now we can see that it's uptrend. And so that's how I would draw it. And that's how I would see it. So at that point, you can see that the gold went up in here, and now it might be turning around. So it does look like it did well on that level, and now it's turning around. So it was it was stopping a few times at that level. And the only thing is here also it could be a little bit tricky, because that way, if we will draw it using these levels, these candles, and this, it looks like it's still inside the uptrend channel, right? And now it's turning around. But if I will move it a little bit, like for example, trying to get like more these candles, then you can see that it's possible that it's actually already broke that channel. You see, that's kind of a bit of the hard point to it, that possibility it might be already broke that channel, and it's trying to sit in here. It might be continue its uptrend, and of course the next level will be here for either turning it around or trying to break it. So that's kind of a little bit uncertainty, I would say, around this. So let's go on a little bit smaller time frame and see what it has and what it creates around here. So that's what I'm saying. It's kind of, if you move a little bit higher, if you move a little bit lower, just remove this maybe. If we'll take the bottoms, so I took this bottom and that one, and that way it kind of still sits inside the channel, but it took all of these ones out. You see that area is out. I think that's how I would probably leave it. I mean, for this part, for example, maybe just concentrating on this area is because that bottom is lower than this one. So our turning around for gold is really not from that bottom. It happened from here. That's why I would say, okay, it moved down and then it turned around from this area. That's why I would think it's still actually sitting in the uptrend channel and it didn't break it. So maybe possibly it's turning around and now it's going to try to go back down. But I think previously as I draw it, I think I'll leave it still better that way. I think I just leave it as it is, like that. A little bit broke, a little bit stayed. So I'm not taking this bottom. I'm just taking this bottom and more of that tops. Except, okay, just leave it like that. I think I will just do it like this, at least for now. And we can see what's going to happen during the week. So if it stays in, if it turns around or not. So I mean that's all what I can do about it, and that's what I can see at that point. That's all. How would, for example, trade? Well, at this moment I don't see any kind of patterns. If that's the question, can I see the pattern? Would I go in a trade? At that point, no, I don't see any good opportunity for go and trade. Unless if you, for example, what we also can see, where did it reach? You can see it might be turning around because it's also reached one of these tops. We still have a little bit of that top, but if I will, for example, I would draw it here. Because, well, as I'm saying, it could be a little bit high, a little bit low, but I would probably leave it here because we do have a little bit more touching that level right here, touching there. If I'll go too high like this, then you can see it only touches really that area. So that's why I would stay in here and see if maybe it will try to get there, maybe a little bit break and then try to come back and trying to go down. So what else here is possibility maybe to draw a little one inside that, and because you can see it stopped here a few times, so that also could be a little mini channel, let's say, inside our bigger channel, up channel. So so from that picture, all what I can think of, it might sit in here and like move a little bit like this, or maybe it will try to break it. And that's what like we have here is 866. You see, it's quite a lot, 866 pips or something. That's what I'm saying. It's quite big distances. You have like 250 to just to that one. So, well, that's on the weekly one. Let's go on a daily. Let's see closer look. Is there anything is visible here, or what could be done in here? I'm saying. So I'm saying is gold is quite a tricky one. Quite big movements. I mean, I can see that, for example, let's take that. You could, that's like, could have been traded. I was looking at this one. That looks like a pattern. And as you can see, it did have a movement. And that movement, it looks small, but it really is, you see 130 pips movement in here. For example, where else? Like, nothing else I can see, except, of course, like little movements like this, which also look like little ones, but I mean, for example, that breaking, that movement is also, you see, about 200 pips. So at that point, for example, what did it do around here and here? So maybe it's possibly it's already it's turned around, because if, for example, you take that and try to draw this, you can see that possibly if you draw it like this and just think, okay, that was a momentum, that's why we'll not count that too much, yeah, right? We count like the little bottom here, so you can see it's possibly already broke that little uptrend, and now it's going to continue going down as a downtrend. And if it will go down, then you can see to see if it will break this and maybe try to do something around that area. But for example, when it's broke here, you see it's like 480 pips movement. So the other point it could be that it's moving, as you can see, like here, maybe, for example, we don't know how it's going to open again, market, how it's going to move on Monday. So can draw something like this and just see, well, depends how it will open here and opening with 1 hour, so we can see a week. So we can put it in that little downtrend channel. You see this downtrend channel. If I'll just do it better. Except, as I'm saying, that one is Friday, and opening, need to see how the market is going to open, where it would go. And will we be trying to break it? So that's how I would look at gold. So that's how it is. Except also here we had a stopping point around here, and then it's possible so I'm saying it's kinda, it could be also something like this. Let's just see on the daily one again. So it stopped here before, went up, now it's staying some, well, that's how I would leave it, to be honest. That would be my thoughts. Possible one of the stopping points. I mean, it could be also again like plus minus a little bit using this wings, and to see how it's going to open on Sunday, and what is going to create on Monday. So how it's open on Sunday and what's going to happen here on Monday. So it could be possibly, it might just, move like that, and that means that we would not use that level if it will create just something around here like this, which is, as I'm saying, depends what's going to happen on Monday. But that's how I would look at it. So we have here 400 pips, and for example, if it will create something around here, we have, it's like long way here, about 600. So yeah, what's going to create in here at the opening. Okay, so that's all with the gold at this point. That's how I see it. So as I'm saying, what I see, it's an uptrend, that uptrend, which is also that little one uptrend. There is a could be possibly a stopping point, a resistance level, that price, and so possibly maybe it's turned around already and would continue going down, but what's going to stop? It might go right to that level, might go down even further. You see, it's kind of stopped in here before, but as I'm saying, we can move that level before a little bit plus minus. Remember, we can move it a little bit. It just depends what is going to happen around this area. Then you can adjust it plus minus. So that's how I would look at it. That's what I'm saying. That's all. So again, as I'm saying, I would just wait and see what's going to happen here. If that if that's going to stop it and it will continue going down. So see, was kind of creating here already something. Maybe it will create a little bit more, bit slow, simple candles, no jumping down or anything, or maybe it will jump. And well, that's how I leave it. As I'm saying, that level might not be inaccurate here, so it might be adjusted. Depends on what's going to happen Monday. It might be if, for example, I leave it as it is. So if the market, for example, opens and continue down around here, so but as I'm saying, it's quite narrow around here, and it might happen. The main movement might happen on Monday, or if it's going to slow down, then that level ain't going to be used. And just see if it's going to create like a consolidation, like a channel around here, and then it could be. I would look for and draw something like this. Depends on if that's going to be quiet, for example, if it will go that way, and then it will be trying to like create a channel. It will be trying to break either that level or using those levels, like that little channel, if it's going to create something. Because you can see that it was a little bit slowed down here, and that's what would give me a little bit of that indication that possibility could be something like this. Before you can see, before it would move, either would make a move up or would continue going down. That's why that's what I see on gold at that point. But as I'm saying, it's a very big distance. Look, it's 120 pips. That's what I'm saying. It's quite tricky with gold, and I'm not trading it on a real channel or on a real account. I'm trying to do it on a demo account, and well, that's what my thoughts would be. As I'm saying, that one we might not need it if it will continue, and here we might not need it at all. But I would leave it as it is. I hope it helped, and some of you, maybe you have your own thoughts to see if you think the same way or something interesting, and that's how I would leave it. I think. I mean, can Fibonacci level, but I think Fibonacci levels at this moment, it's quite far away, you know, for Fibonacci at this moment. I wouldn't use it at that point. I wouldn't use it unless when I'm going to move the CEC. It's kind of actually stops around the Fibonacci level when they cross in that one and that one. That's why I'm at this moment just keep it clear. Not going to use it, but see what's going to happen next. That's all, and see what ideas could be with the trading, with the trades. We'll see later. Okay, that's all for now, guys. I hope it was helpful, and if you really liked it, don't forget to subscribe so you ain't gonna miss new videos for the next week of trading. I will do another analysis again as usual, and we'll see what happens this week. And we'll see. It's going to be interesting also to see how the gold will behave. And that's all for now. And bye, everyone.